share my sound, share my screen, which is just going to deal with Benidorm. So let's start a new song. I'm going to call it Benidorm. Sorry, surname, first name, Benidorm. I want it to be 16-bit because that's what I'm doing all of this stuff in. I want it to be 127 beats per minute, and then let's say OK to that. Right. Immediately, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this folder, and I'm going to get. Let's just go for this. I'm not going to go for that one. I'm going to go for this one. Let's try that one. So let's see what. I'm going to go for quite an electronic-y one today. Now, these beats don't have to stay in. They don't have to stay in all the time. I'm going to go for the low kicks as well. If you're going to have that, you may as well have the whole house wholeness. The other one that I was going to do, that's all I want of those. The other one that I want is to pop up here and show you in unit 20 that we've got these E-flat minor vocals. Let's get some vocals. If it's going to go house, let's get it go really house. There we go. It's about as house as it gets. So those are the samples that are available to use. Running at 127, you'd be surprised how quickly 127 disappears. So I think it's about a minute and a half. I haven't quite done all the spotting for this, but it's about a minute and a half. So that's about how much music we want. That's nice. That's nice. I could live with those. I might just go for those two. In fact, I think it's those three, not that one. Don't like that one. So what have we got? Are these in time? No, they're not in time. You have to cut them out yourselves. So I'm just going to come in here, grab my little knife, and I'm just going to cut out. I'll cut out all four for the minute, and then I'm going to sort something out in a minute. So let's get those, and then we'll see how that goes. That's going to give me something to start with. I like a sample to start my piece with because it puts me in a place. I'm then going to get my... Don't want that on the first beat of the bar, doesn't feel right, so I want that on the off beat, so I'm going to move that across. That'll do it. That's quite nice. Might just leave that in. Great, there's my loop. I'm going to go with that. Going to make it quite quiet. I'm going to nip into the mixer, and immediately, this is what you'll find with me all the time, immediately I'm going to make sure that there are effects that I can use this stuff on. You saw this happen when we watched the video of Muse's guitars being mixed by Chris Lord-Alge. I'm going to put an effects channel in there. I'm going to call it Verb. I'm going to stick in a eek, not that. I'm going to stick in just one of the very small amounts of things that are in here. There's a mix verb in there, and I'm just going to make the size of that quite large and damping it very high as well. And I'm just going to send some of these vocals to that. Going to put in an effect channel as well. Going to call it, so basically using effects on this stuff straight away. I want some echo in there as well. So we're going to use a beat delay, and I want that on 1/8 D dotted eighths, and let's take the bass out of that a little bit. Let's take the treble out of that a little bit. Let's put some echo on there. Put a little bit of this on this low kick because I quite like that. I'm an Underworld fan. That's absolutely fine. So I've got a little bit of a background. It's quite dancey, this at the moment, perhaps a bit too dancey. It certainly isn't Time by Zimmer. There's quite a lot of space in those already, but I'm going to take them down a little bit. I'm also going to take the Busy Hats down. I'm also quite the Daft Punk fan, so I'm probably just going to nip in here and immediately make this stuff a little bit more verby, but also put a channel strip on it and take the top end down. I may well end up not having beats in this section at all. How much time have we got? We got half of our time gone. Okay, that's that bit. What am I going to do now? No, I don't want that. Close that bit again. I want those. I want this bit of my screen, which is similar to Logic and GarageBand. You've got all of your instruments. Obviously, all of the things we use. You've got your instruments over here. In the free version of this, we've got this presence synthesizer, and I'm just going to go into the artist instruments, which is what you've got available to you. And I'm going to get myself some kind of big synth pad, and that's probably going to be, let's have a look at using, well, smooth and silky. That sounds quite good for the moment. Let's see what that sounds like. It doesn't sound great. Not quite what I was expecting. Let's get Moog strings. It's a bit dull. OB8 brass. I was preferring to go for something slightly swirly. So let's do this and let's put something on. Right. Okay. Right. Cut off. That's nice. I'm going to put some delay on there of its own. I'm going to put some reverb on there of its own. But mainly, we're working in E flat minor, so we're down on those. Let's have a look at that. There's also this effects B, and I quite like things like this gator. This is really nice. So it gives you really great ideas. So I'm also going to launch the on-screen keyboard because I haven't got a keyboard on this machine. Much, isn't it? Let's see. Let's try something like that. Gives us a bit of rhythm with it. Let's see how that sits next to our beat. It's kind of a line cliche. Using those notes, I think that's how I would work with this piece. It's not the ideal sample, but yeah, now we've got it, let's work with it. So I might give myself a higher octave on that. Something like that. Normally I wouldn't use those intervals as close as that. I might just start off with single notes and then see what happens if I harmonize them afterwards. So I'm probably going to put the metronome on, and I'm going to give myself a little count in as well. Ouch. Down to this A flat. Okay, that'll do it. So I could quantize that. What I really want is for those to be quite heavily quantized. So I'm just going to apply that, and let's see what does that get us. Don't want you there. So yeah, that's not so bad. Personally, with this piece of music, I would work my way against that with the keyboard, perhaps in an opposing direction, and just see what I could come up with. That one. Work it. Again, looping's your friend with this kind of writing. Make sure that you're looping a certain area. That's a little bit close. Yeah, you can see kind of where I'll be going. I think maybe I'll add some texture to it first, maybe stick those up onto another line. Things that you can do is if you've got one thing that you're halfway fond of, you can improve matters by seeing if you can run it on different bits of your different sounds. So for instance, one could just nip in with something like this violin sound, and we can try running that across there, and then, oh hello, we're more or less running out of time. I'm just going to transpose that up 24. Okay, let's try it. definitely not the thing to. Let's come down by 10. Let's come down by an octave. Still a bit high, but that's okay. We can beat. Another one. There's interesting. That'll do it. Go down. Let's go up for this one. Let's try that. Up full. See how that works. I want to come down again. Bam. Probably can come down to that again. Working on the fly, just try it is. It's quite ambiguous. Again, with things like this, please, with pieces of music that are meant to be quite atmospheric, please use effects from the word go to make sure that you are. Please use effects from the word go to make sure that you're getting the most atmospherics out of the small amount of notes that you're using. Like that third note. Right, it's about going back to it and being critical as well, so I'm not happy with that. That's got to go somewhere else. I was trying to keep all these notes quite together because it's another nice trick to make instruments not disappear from your mix later. But right, I'm going to leave that there for a second. But just the general points are: use samples to get your mix going, and don't feel that you've got to stick with them. If you feel that I feel perhaps that low kick drum is a bit too much, I might even see what happens if I take it out for every second. Take it out for every second kick, or do something slightly less with it because it's a bit too frenetic at the moment for this piece of music. So use samples, see where they get you. They should bring you forwards quite a long way. We've had some other students today get quite a long way with those. Right.